Name and title.
Jon Lauckner, Vice President, Global Program Management.
John, we're actually down here on a Saturn Astra event right now, but we are also down here on an electric vehicle event as well. Talk to me about your lithium-ion batteries, what's going on with them, and talk a little bit about the electric vehicle versus the internal combustion engine and 1 RPM.
Okay. First of all, I was here in California for the Electric Vehicle Symposium, which started in fact last weekend on Sunday, and then there was the opening conference session on Monday. And basically, I reviewed the progress that we've made over the past couple of months with lithium-ion batteries. In fact, we've done extensive testing of individual cells on test rigs. And we're very encouraged because the results of that testing showed that the output of individual cells scaled up to a pack level will deliver the required power and range that we need for the Volt. We also received a battery pack from LG Chem and Compact Power. That's one of our two partnerships. The other being A123 Systems and Continental. We received the first pack at the end of October. We put that pack in our battery development lab in Warren and did a lot of extensive testing of the pack itself. Ran a lot of various test cycles, including some very severe ones. And once again, the results were very encouraging. The pack performed the way our math-based simulations predicted that it would. Probably we now have the second pack, the second full battery pack, also in our battery lab in Warren that incorporated some improvements from the first one. And then early next year we'll start building mule cars, which are basically cars we cobble together that are correct in terms of the battery and the electric drive motor. They don't look like the Volt will look, but from a function standpoint, they function the way we expect it to function.
You'll throw them in some old Malibus.
Exactly. They're going to be old Malibus that we're going to make in our shops, and we'll put battery packs and drive motors, and we'll do more testing. The point is we need to do a lot of testing in varying conditions in both labs and in vehicles so that we know that the durability and the safety and everything is taken care of with the battery packs as they're currently designed. You asked me about the famous 1 RPM, and that has to do a little bit with the experience that you have in a vehicle with electric drive versus the experience in a vehicle with an internal combustion engine. An internal combustion engine vehicle typically develops its peak torque somewhere probably between 2,000 and 3,000 RPM. Now, in the car business, there's a lot of advertising that's done around horsepower and the absolute power output of a particular engine. The fact of the matter is, you actually drive torque. The experience that you have when you accelerate is torque, not power. And thanks to the characteristics of electric motors, they develop their peak torque at 1 RPM. Effectively, their torque curve is a straight line, and that's not the case with an internal combustion engine. So you're going to wind up with a 0 to 30 driveway feel in a vehicle with an electric vehicle that's much different than you're used to in a vehicle with an internal combustion engine. It'll be much quicker, and it'll be much more pleasing because it does develop a lot of torque very quickly.
But it won't have that high advertised horsepower.
It won't have the high advertised horsepower, but again, it's what you're going to advertise, power or torque. You advertise power, but you drive torque.
I've heard also that you're looking at even leasing batteries instead of just having them as part of a car, because having a lithium-ion battery full capacity all the time, you could wear it out for the automobile, but it still might be good for other uses.
Yeah. Well, frankly, we haven't actually decided, what we're going to do. We're going to look at some various alternatives, and there are some companies, frankly, in Silicon Valley that are looking at the whole idea of whether battery leasing makes sense. But we haven't decided, and we won't decide for some time, but it's obviously an alternative we'll take a look at.
Jon Lauckner, thank you very much.
You're welcome.